Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to graduation 2021. All right, we're going to get started in a few minutes here. The one thing I ask is, I know it is hot, but this is the students' graduation, and I really would ask, this is a celebratory event. This is something to be proud of, especially coming out of the last 15 months. So I'd really ask that you show a lot of enthusiasm. If you have noisemakers, use them. If you have any kind of voice, use it to your fullest extent. We really want to celebrate these students, and we want to make sure that they have the best graduation ceremony possible. And your enthusiasm is very important for that. I would also ask that everyone stay until the last graduate has walked across the stage. It's important for that graduate to have the same crowd that the graduate that first walked across the stage. So I would ask that everyone remain until the graduation is over. But I want to see some enthusiasm from the graduates. I want to see some enthusiasm from the parents. Those out in the bleachers, I should see some good enthusiasm. Yell as loud as you want, show as much. Yep, that's right. Yep, plenty of those noisemakers. This is a celebratory event, and we want it to be that way because every student is to be celebrated for their accomplishment. At this time, I'm going to ask everyone to please stand. We're going to do the presentation of the colors. And Albert Morel will now sing our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Please remain standing. In the past year, we have lost two beloved family members of the Brentwood School District, a student, Bernice Simmons, and a teacher here at Brentwood High School, Ms. Lillian Looney. Bernice Simmons was a member of the class of 2021, whom we lost last summer. Her desire for social justice and her love of basketball and sneakers are just three of the many qualities that all who knew her adored about her. Miss Lillian Looney loved all things Brentwood, as Brentwood loved her. She taught her students to love family and chemistry just as much as she did. Unfortunately, her time here was tragically cut short just a week ago. Today we give tribute to Bernice and Miss Looney and all of those who are not physically here with us today, but remain with us in spirit. In Bernice's honor, as well as in the memory of the students, teachers, staff, and leaders who have walked our halls, graced our classrooms, championed our community, we presented Bernice's diploma and gifts from the class of 2021 during last night's ceremony, which would have been her ceremony. Throughout today and every day, we ask that you honor the memory of those we have lost by spreading kindness, compassion, understanding, and do these as often as you can. One Brentwood, today and forever.
El año pasado perdimos a dos miembros amados de la familia del Distrito Escolar de Brentwood, Bernice Simmons y la señora Lillian Looney. Bernice Simmons, integrante de la clase del 2021, la perdimos el verano pasado. Su deseo de justicia social y su amor por el baloncesto y las zapatillas deportivas son solo tres de las cualidades que todos los que la conocían adoraban de ella. La señora Lillian Looney amaba todas las cosas de Brentwood, así como Brentwood la amaba a ella. Les enseñó a sus alumnos a amar a la familia y a la química tanto como le gustaba a ella. Desafortunadamente, hace 2 semanas su tiempo se acortó trágicamente. Hoy rendimos homenaje a Bernice y a la señora Looney y a todos aquellos que no están físicamente con nosotros hoy, pero que permanecen con nosotros en espíritu. En honor a Bernice, así como en memoria de los estudiantes, maestros, personal y líderes que recorrieron nuestros pasillos, adornaron nuestras aulas y defendieron nuestra comunidad, le presentamos el diploma a Bernice ayer y obsequios también de la clase del 2021. A lo largo de hoy y todos los días, le pedimos que honren la memoria de aquellos que hemos perdido, difundiendo amabilidad, compasión y comprensión tan a menudo como les sea posible. Un Brentwood hoy y siempre.
Thank you. You may be seated. So as I said earlier, we're going to get this celebration of the students and their accomplishment, especially an accomplishment that is so worthy of our enthusiasm. So I really need to see a show of enthusiasm from everyone out there in the audience. Can everyone give me a sign in some way? Use your noisemakers, use your voice, but I want to see the enthusiasm that we all have, not only the students have for their graduation, but that the families have. Let's see a show of that enthusiasm right now. Let's go. All right. That's what we want to hear. They deserve that, you deserve that, and that's what we want to do this afternoon. So please, keep that vibe going, because we do want to see that this is a celebration and this is something that we definitely need to do. So I'll start. Good afternoon to the class of 2021, and good afternoon to all the assembled staff, administration, and members of the Board of Education assembled here, along with the students, family, and friends. It is my distinct honor to congratulate the class of 2021 on your high school graduation. That deserves an applause. A big round of applause. Feel free to do that throughout this speech. You all got through a year of quarantine, Teams meetings, Zoom get-togethers, masks, nasal swabs, contact tracing, social distancing, and despite it all, here you are on this day and on this field for your graduation. Over the last 15 months, we saw schools, restaurants, and many businesses forced to close. Professional sports came to a halt and then resumed without fans. We saw Broadway and movie theaters shut down, which were all unprecedented in any of our lifetimes. And yet, education persevered. We learned new modes of instruction. Hybrid and remote learning became our norm. This truly was the greatest challenge of all of our generations. Now, 15 months later, we see that light at the end of the tunnel, with lowered infection rates and vaccines helping us to return to our new normal and the hope of a summer bringing us joy and happiness with our family and friends. Each of you sitting here today, please always remember that you are blessed with great potential, so continue to be upbeat and focused on your future. Each of you should build upon the strong foundations you have received here at Brentwood High School. Strong foundations in ones of hard work, sportsmanship, volunteering, and especially this, sacrifice. I encourage you to always be proud of your roots here in the truly unique and special community that is Brentwood. Now, in the past 15 months, we have all experienced the closures, but we have seen great awakenings. In many ways, the pandemic forced us to see ourselves in community with one another. We had to slow down, cover our faces, and social distance, all designed to keep each other safe. That daily act of care for one another was absent in many of us for many of our times and many days in the rush of our busy lives pre-pandemic. We were forced to focus on many of our concerns outside of our individual needs and refocus on the needs and the concerns of others. We have had a shared awareness of who is truly essential. And we have had awakenings on social and racial justice that can only make us better as a school, as a community, and as a nation. At Brentwood High School, we saw great awakenings as our athletic teams restarted their inter-school competitions, and once again, they made playoffs. Our Green Machine Marching Band was once again able to perform, and perform they did, winning competitions much as they had pre-pandemic. We also were able to open in-person events and activities as we moved from late winter into spring. Your class can be proud of all these accomplishments, which brought joy once again to our school community. In academics, we had students succeed despite the odds, and with the support of the teachers, yes, the teachers, who were truly heroic in how they quickly adapted to teaching in a way that they never had. And I think we owe a big round of applause to all of our teachers, many of who are here helping at graduation. Instruction was adopted to hybrid and remote learning, and yet we still have students in this class who once again are attending some of the finest universities in the United States and, in fact, the world. Now, if I may have a point of privilege as the principal in this part of the speech, I would like to explain to each graduate the item that each one of you were given as you entered this field. It might have puzzled you because, in fact, it is a golf ball. So I will explain its significance. Recently, I came upon an article that discussed the making of the golf ball. As I was reading this article, I discovered that when the little round ball was first invented, it was completely smooth, unlike the ball you have and that is standard today. You see, what was noticed was that as you hit the ball, a dent or dimple is formed. And what the inventors came to realize was that these dents, in fact, caused the ball to travel farther. And the more of them that the ball had, the farther it would soar, hence the longer you could drive it. With this knowledge, the inventors went back and redesigned the ball to one that is used in the game today. Now, you might be sitting there and thinking, what does this have to do with me? However, I began to think of this year and the fact that many of our lives are filled with dents and dimples, the hardships at times caused by the different hits we take along the path of life. I further related it to the last 15 months and the hardships and challenges all of you faced as you finished your high school career. All of these hits and dimples represented your life up to now. So I challenge you to use these dents and dimples to motivate you to soar through the rest of your life's goals and to take your dreams as far as your imagination and determination allows. I challenge you to drive yourself to succeed in whatever path you choose. Keep this memento as a promise to yourself that you will redesign your life, grow and learn from those hits and dimples in the drive to your future goals. Now, this is something I really expect all students to do. So I would ask you now that the graduates hold up their ball. Hold it up high. I want to see those balls held high in the air. Hold them up, graduates. Let's go. I want to see that. Okay. Everyone should see the rainbow of colors which further reflect the truly unique social, racial, and cultural diversity of this student body, unlike any other high school in our region, and we should be really proud of that. That definitely calls for a sign of applause. Big round of applause. This uniqueness, this is what makes Brentwood High School truly a great high school and is the source of our strength. Class of 2021, you are the true embodiment of strength, courage, and resilience. So students, be proud, hold your heads up high, as you soon will be joining the ranks of the many who proudly call themselves Brentwood alumni. Leave here today and soar into the next phase of your life, for the future belongs to you. Take it and never forget, you are all Brentwood strong. My congratulations once again to the class of 2021 from your very proud principal. Thank you. At this time, it's my honor to call up to the speaker's rostrum here to speak to you our President of the Board of Education, Mr. Robert Feliciano.
Good afternoon, buenas tardes, mi comunidad de Brentwood. No sé si escucharon, pero que aparentemente ayer hubo un pequeño problema. Saben que habían dos grupos de graduados, uno por la tarde y otro grupo un poquito más tarde. Y el problema se trata de esto, que el grupo de las 6 de la tarde, cuando se le pidieron que por favor dieran aplauso y que gritaran y que hicieran la bullicia para celebrar el día de hoy, no lo hicieron con tanto entusiasmo, no lo hicieron tan fuerte como el grupo de las 3 de la tarde. Ladies and gentlemen, I was just letting everybody know in Spanish that yesterday there was a small problem here. This is the second of our graduating events, and yesterday the problem was that the 6 o'clock crowd was much louder than the 3 o'clock crowd. And what we're going to do today is we're going to prove that the 3 o'clock crowd, even though you guys are behind the 8 ball, can bring it together and could be louder, knowing that you guys fall short in terms of numbers than the 6 o'clock crowd. Very, very simple, all right? So what we're going to do is I'm going to count to 3 in Spanish and in English. Voy a contar a 3 en español y inglés. And when we get to 3, I'm going to ask you to please make the loudest roar, the biggest applause that you could find for yourselves, for your family, and for everything that we've gone through for the last 15 months. So we're going to try this. 1, 2, 3, applause! Woo! All right, let's go, a little bit louder. You know what? I'm going to tell you. Normally, the speaker has to ask you to do it twice. You guys were amazing. Beautiful, wonderful, wonderful. As the principal said, yo, you want to do it again? That's fine. You want to do it again? That's fine. All right. Look, the principal said this is a celebration, and this truly is a celebration. But before we move on with the remarks that I have prepared on behalf of the Board of Education and myself, I have to go off script because of the unusual year that we had. This was incredible, and something that I think generations to come will speak about for forever. You know what? What I'm going to do is I'm going to ask. It's something that I normally do. Could I have my colleagues on the board step forward? Thank you. A round of applause. Please, these are steps. Just stand in line there. We're gonna. So these are my colleagues on the board. We are missing one more board member. These are the group of volunteers that have been behind some of the major decisions that are taking place in the district. And, you know, I can't thank each and every one of you enough for all of that you volunteer. It's been a privilege and an honor to be sitting with them. And make no qualms about it. We're not an easy group. We don't always agree. But that's okay, because that is the foundation that this country was built upon. So with that being said, what I'd like to do is I'd like to take a moment to acknowledge and thank everybody who made the last 15 months what it was, and just take a moment to know and to appreciate each and every one of those people. We're talking about all the staff in the school district, from the clericals to security to TAs, bus monitors, security staff, B&G, all the way through the ranks to the nurses, the teachers, the administrators. Every one of those people sacrificed. Toda esa gente, de todo ese grupo de personal del distrito, hicieron lo posible para que estos últimos 15 meses estuvieran el éxito que estuvieron. In particular, I would like to take a moment to thank our superintendent and the cabinet for everything that they've done during the last 15 years. Without their leadership, without Superintendent Lochner, Dr. Akil, Ms. Ortiz Rivera, Ms. Palmer, and Ms. Young, we wouldn't have had the success that we had. You talk about countless hours of work. You talk about a relentless desire to bring the best out of all of us during this past 15 months. This group of people that's on this stage really, really went above and beyond. So what I'd like is a big round of applause for each and every one of them. What? No. This is what I'm going to read right now is on behalf of every one of the board members. So, to the class of 2021, congratulations. The Board of Education commends you for the willpower, commitment to education, and maturity that led you to this moment. All graduating seniors experience trials and difficult moments along the way to commencement, but perhaps no class has experienced more than members of the class of 2021. The latter halves of your high school years were marked by unprecedented challenges. The coronavirus pandemic and the resultant closing of the school buildings for the remainder of the school year placed an unbelievable burden on your graduating class and took from you precious moments with school district staff, friends, clubs, and teams. All of us on the Board of Education empathize with what was lost, and we are so proud, we are so inspired to see how you persevered. As we begin the long process of returning to normalcy, we want you to know that through it all, we recognize your accomplishments and commitments to self-improvement through education. With all the challenges we still face, we want to make sure that we still find the time to celebrate you and place the spotlight on your achievements, while also having much needed fun during the last days together. Additionally, we want you to take comfort in the fact that the class of 2021, like the class of 2020 before you, will endure for years as a symbol of determination in the face of adversity. As you continue your inexorable march toward adulthood, in a challenging and uncertain world, always remember that we are so proud of you. We are so proud of who you are in the moments you were students in Brentwood. Have faith in yourselves. Believe that you now possess the knowledge and the tools necessary to thrive, tools given to you by so many people within the Brentwood community that truly cared about your well-being. Know that the Brentwood School District community, including your friends, family, and entire faculty, has and always will stand behind you. Congratulations and many blessings to each of you always. God bless. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Feliciano. And I would just like to point out that those 6 members that you saw standing here, they volunteer their time for the community and for the schools. But I also want to point out that to a person, every single one of them came last year to all 12 graduation ceremonies and have come to 3 so far. So I think that deserves a round of applause because that is service. That is service to you and to your families and to the students. And I just want them to be acknowledged for that because that means a lot to us. I know to Mr. Lozner and to the rest of the administration that means a lot that they came and they're here again. With that, I'm going to ask Dr. Darasol Keel, Monique Darasol Keel, our Assistant Superintendent of Secondary Schools, to come up and to present and to have acknowledged the Advanced Regents Diplomas.
Good afternoon, students, our lovely graduates of the class of 2021, parents, visitors, and faculty. At this time, I have the distinct honor of recognizing all the students who have achieved an Advanced Regents Diploma with honors. So at this time, if you have achieved an Advanced Regents Diploma with honors, please stand at this time. The students who have achieved an Advanced Regents with honors have taken 8 Regents exams and achieved a combined score, an average of over 90 on all of those 8 Regents exams. That is an extraordinary feat. We're extremely proud of them, and we would like to wish them congratulations, and we know you will continue to do great things in the future. Thank you.
That's truly quite an honor for those students, so congratulations again. At this time, I'm going to invite up to the stage our valedictorian and salutatorian from the Ross and the Solling Centers. Our valedictorian is Nabiha Hassan. Nabiha will be addressing this graduating class at this time. She also will be attending Yale University in the fall. That definitely deserves a big round of applause. We have our Solling salutatorian, Julia Spadaro. Julia will be attending the University of Buffalo next fall. And then we have our salutatorian of the Ross Center, Eileen Villarreal, who will be attending Johns Hopkins University. All fine institutions of higher learning because they worked hard. And with that, I'll turn it over to our Solling valedictorian, Nabiha Hassan.
Good afternoon, class of 2021. Before I begin my speech, I would like to thank all the teachers, staff, and administration who have made this day possible, along with all my friends and peers who have journeyed along with me on this thrilling adventure. Most importantly, I would like to thank my parents, without whom I wouldn't be here, and God who helped me get through the thick and thin. Dear class of 2021, we made it. I am honored to stand before you today representing such a brilliant class of hardworking and dedicated students. But today is not a day about me. It's a day about us. A day where we recognize all the challenges that brought us here. The sleepless nights, the last-minute assignments, and the hours spent studying how to prove triangles were actually triangles. Many of us today will be the first in our families to graduate and move on to college. As we move forward, let us not forget that we have a duty to give back to the community that once raised us. As we celebrate, let us not forget the roots that brought us here. Many of us come from immigrant parents who made countless sacrifices so that one day they can see this day. So I'd like to pause in this moment of my speech and ask you all to look your loved ones in the eye and say thank you. The journey of a scholar is not an easy one. We are travelers in a world where we will face many challenges, successes, and failures. But it is through these experiences that we become stronger and more prepared to step foot into the real world. It seems that we're all on this journey to achieve success. But what exactly is success? Is it defined by how high your GPA or income is? Or is it your popularity and how many friends you have? The key is to not let others define it for you. Let us not allow numbers to dictate our self-worth. To me, success is waking up in the morning with a big smile on your face, knowing you're going to make it, without fear of being yourself and accepting that your journey may not be the same as others. Success is failing in order to learn, because without pressure, there is no diamond. It is achieved through persistence and dedication. Know that the reward of following your passion is true happiness. Keep in mind that some of the most successful people in the world started their lives as an average person, just like you and me. And just like them, we too have the capability of achieving greatness. So let us persevere as we turn our dreams into goals and our goals into victories. Let us ignite the flames of passion within us and use our legacies to inspire generations ahead. Dear class of 2021, I wish you all the best. Thank you.
I think these three ladies deserve a rousing round of applause from everybody. That is quite an accomplishment. I know their parents are here. They should be very proud, and we are very proud of them. At this time, I'm going to ask for our Assistant Superintendent of Bilingual Education to come up and to present, Ms. Wanda Ortiz, to present the Seal of Biliteracy honors.
Good afternoon, everyone. So the Seal of Biliteracy is a prestigious award granted by the New York State Education Department in recognition of students who have studied and attained proficiency in 2 or more languages by high school graduation. Our Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Lochner, and the Board of Education understand the importance of learning a second language and established the first Seal of Biliteracy scholarship program in the state of New York. This year's scholarship recipients are Ellen Argueta and Jonathan Escobar. Are you here? Stand up. If you didn't notice, a special kind of beauty exists here in Brentwood. When you walk our hallways, you will hear students alternate between languages. It could be English, Urdu, Twi, Turkish, Bengali, Pashto, Creole, Chinese, French, Italian, Portuguese, and of course, Espanol. This is a gift given to you by your parents and your grandparents, and then nourished by our amazing teachers. Here in Brentwood, we take pride of our multilingualism. And today, we celebrate 210 students who have achieved the remarkable goal to have mastered the English language and a second and a third language. We feel proud, and today we honor you. Mis felicitaciones, and I wish you all success and happiness. Can you please stand if you earned the Seal of Biliteracy? I know you're here, so get up. Woo! Thank you.
Thank you. And just so everyone can know, we have doubled in a few short years, we have doubled the amount of students receiving this distinctive honor. And I would ask for a big round of applause for that. It just shows the success, once again, of our students and our school, and that deserves an applause. At this time, I would ask for any students out there in the student body graduating who intend to go on to any branch of the military. If there are any students that are doing that. We always have a few at every ceremony. Yes, there's one right there in the front. There's another young man over there. Any parents that are veterans or have served, keep standing, students, but any parents who are veterans who have served in the armed forces, we'd like to honor you as well. Keep standing. Any parents who are first responders, police, fire, healthcare workers, I would ask that you please stand. Anyone that was deemed an essential worker and helped us in this pandemic period. It is important to acknowledge all, and we thank you all for your service. And with that, I would ask that you now please just sit, but thanks again for your service. It is definitely warranted. Our next speaker is our superintendent of schools. He was the principal of Brentwood High School for many years, and it's my honor at this time to call up our superintendent of schools, Mr. Richard Lojner.
Thank you, Mr. Callen. I can't tell you how excited I am to be here this afternoon. This is just flat out one of my favorite days of the year. So we're going to get loud again, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm the last speaker before conferring diplomas. So let's get that energy going. So once again, congratulations to the class of 2021. Oh, that is fantastic. Mr. Feliciano, I don't know. I think this crowd may have the 6 o'clock crowd beat yesterday. Can I hear those horns again? Once again, congratulations to the class of 2021. As I said, ladies and gentlemen, this is just really a beautiful day. And you know what? It's really picture perfect. And it's a picture perfect day. I always believe this because it's Brentwood. I do at times, I have to say, when I come to work in the morning, I do feel like I'm working at Camelot at times, and that's an old play and an old film reference. But before I begin my speech, actually incorporated in my speech are several thank yous. And I'd like to spend a moment just thanking some different groups of people, if I may. The first was the Board of Education. And I know Mr. Feliciano called up the Board of Education, but I really do think it's imperative upon me to thank them. The Board of Education, in normal times, they work long hours, going to meetings, committees, and events. But over the last 15 months, they have put in hundreds of hours ensuring the school community is doing everything possible so students will get the best education during these unique times. Can we give the Board of Education, ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause? Oh, we can do better than that, folks. They have given us a tremendous amount. It also gives me great pleasure to introduce, again, Mr. Feliciano introduced the cabinet. But they are really outstanding people, and they work behind the scenes. And I have to be honest with you, I could not ask for a better group of people to work with. So it's my pleasure again to introduce Dr. Darisol Akil, Ms. Wanda Ortiz, Ms. Palmer, Ms. Young, and Ms. O'Connor. They are outstanding because they internalized, ladies and gentlemen, the struggles students and families were going to experience during the pandemic. And they worked around the clock to ensure schools, administrators, teachers, and staff had the tools necessary to meet the challenges this pandemic threw at us. So can we give them a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen? This is a bittersweet moment for me because at this time I'm going to actually introduce someone who has given 7 outstanding years to the Brentwood community, but it is time for her to move on. Miss Dr. Monique Darisol Akil, could you please stand, Miss Dr. Akil? Dr. Akil, after 7 years, is moving on to the superintendency at Uniondale. So please, let's wish her good luck. Uniondale is certainly in good hands, but I am going to miss a friend and a very valuable coworker. So congratulations and good luck, Dr. Akil. I am so proud and grateful to work with this next group of staff from this absolutely fabulous school district. Administrators, teachers, TAs, monitors, security, nurses, clericals, buildings and grounds, IT technicians, and food service workers who collectively made it their mission to meet the needs of students and families during these difficult times. Most people may not realize, but during the height of the shutdown last spring and summer, we were giving out or delivering up to 90,000 meals per week to this community. Can we give them a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen? Before each of us had a device, school staff handed out or delivered tens of thousands of packets and books. And this past fall, we mobilized an army of people to distribute and train students and staff on the effective use of over 16,000 laptops, 1,100 cameras and microphones, and new software to go along with this new equipment. Don't get me wrong, folks. I know we were far from perfect. But in our efforts, we did as a district, we took that situation, even though we knew the outcome was most certainly going to be flawed, but we met that challenge and every setback with resolve and a determination that was outstanding. Please, let's give a round of applause to our outstanding staff here in the Brentwood School District. I would next like to speak to the parents and guardians. And this obviously is my first opportunity as superintendent of schools to be able to address this crowd after the beginning of the pandemic. And I just want to let you know how grateful I am for our partnership over the last 15 months. I know many moms and dads rearranged their lives in order to be home to help their sons and daughters. I know many parents reduced their work hours or left their jobs completely, while others put promotions on hold and still others took on completely different jobs in order to be home with your children. Your sacrifices were great and varied. And although it is expected that parents make sacrifices for their kids, it should still be commended. I think your actions have largely gone unnoticed during this pandemic. And as a father of 3 children who each were impacted and suffered in varying degrees from this pandemic, I would like to here and now thank you and recognize the parents and guardians of this great district who bore the brunt of students' highs and lows. But because of your perseverance, we are here today. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much to the parents, guardians, and families of our graduates. Finally, to the outstanding class of 2021. We can do that again. Congratulations to the class of 2021. Can we hear that again? "454 days ago, on Thursday, March 13th, 2020, schools were closed, and for the next 15 months, your high school experience was altered. Like my prior comments to your parents, I want to express my gratitude on how you handled this crisis. When deciding about whether you should be a green, gold, or fully remote student, many of you chose an option based on the needs of your brother, sister, or family. I want to commend you for your maturity and understanding. Although I am certain that each of you at times were angry, sad, and frustrated, you handled this change to your education with grace and kindness. As superintendent, again, I want to say publicly how indebted I am to the class of 2021. Your leadership and ability to adjust to new learning styles was commendable, and the positive impact your leadership had on this district cannot be overstated. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Many years ago, I gave a speech that referenced a famous line. That was in 2016. And after the year we had, I am going to reference the line again because I believe it even more now after witnessing the depths of kindness and selflessness displayed by the Brentwood community. Both John F. Kennedy and Ronald Reagan referred to the United States as a shining city on a hill. I believe Brentwood is a shining city within that shining city on a hill. Today's graduates represent over 50 different nationalities and a dozen religions who come in all different shapes and sizes and colors. Some graduates are exceptionally talented in the arts. Others lean towards the sciences, while others are athletically gifted. Politicians and pundits speak about tolerance and acceptance as if these are unobtainable goals to reach for, but to never grasp. Within the walls of Brentwood schools, today's graduates have shared science, English, social studies, and math classes with kids who sound and look very different from themselves. Today's graduates have learned a lesson that cannot be unlearned. Although a person may not look like you, they are still worthy of your love, respect, and kindness. When I stopped by the senior picnic last week, I saw joy, laughter, acceptance, and tolerance for all people, regardless of where they came from or what they looked like, which is why I continue to believe Brentwood is that shining city within that shiny city on a hill. I have one final wish for the class of 2021. My wish is that each of you see yourselves as I see you, and as your parents see you, and how every adult here today sees each and every graduate. You are beautiful and precious young people with unlimited potential, with no restrictions or limits on your dreams. Thank you, class of 2021, for adding to the richness and beauty of Brentwood. And as you pursue your dreams to become doctors, nurses, businessmen, businesswomen, teachers, athletes, carpenters, moms and dads, do so with the knowledge that we wish each graduate peace, happiness, and many successes, and always know we will be united through our Brentwood experiences. Congratulations to the class of 2021. Ladies and gentlemen, we're at really my favorite part of the program. But before I do, I just wanted to acknowledge another group of people. First, I want to thank Albert, who sung a national anthem in front of his colleagues, and I thought it was just a beautiful rendition. So thank you very much, Albert. I also want to commend Nabia, Julia, and Eileen. They are three tremendous young ladies who I think represent
Daniel Alexander Alas. Ashley Alcantara. Ashley is also the recipient of the Letitia James Attorney General Triple C Award. Karen Aldana Ruiz. Gabriela Luceth Alfaro. Jennifer Alfaro. Milber Alfaro. Emerson Alfaro Bonilla. Gianna Imani Tisha Allen. Gabriela Alvarado. Christian Alexander Alvarado Palacios. Eric D. Alvello. Lena Alzafrani. Lena is also the recipient of the Letitia James Attorney General Triple C Award. Stephanie Adalia Amaya. Natalie Amaya. Beatrice Amaya Rivas. Cain Esteban Ampuero. Kayla Johanna Andrade. Vesta Vanessa Angal. Lydia Mariela Aragon. Isela Alfaro Pacas. Aiden Charles Arango. Jaden Chiranice Arango. Iris Isabel Argomito. Anthony Adil Argueta. Benjamin Argueta. Diana Y. Argueta. Ellen J. Argueta. Jasmine Argueta. Jonathan Argueta. Medardo Joshua Argueta. Asmani Alexander Argueta. Rebecca Esther Argueta. Carlos Argueta Del Cid. Jennifer Y. Arias. Justin Alexander Arriagada. Gabriela Yaneth Ariaza Ortiz. Gabriela Alexandra Arvelo. Amanda T. Asare. Amanda is also the recipient of the United States Marine Corps Semper Fi Award for Musical Excellence and the Brentwood High School Inspirational Award. Emerson Asensio. Christian Ayala Lopez. Brian A. Baca. Joaquin Balbuena del Rosario. Rubina Balbuena Tineo. Joseph Barahona. Aaliyah Joy Barden. John Barrero. Damaris T. Batres Rubio. Jasenia Nina Bazan. Sophia May Beauchamp. Hugo Beltran Gomez. Giselle V. Benitez. Milton Benitez. Justine Benjamin. Lady Johanna Benitez. This is fun. Juliana Lynn Bivona Maldonado. Christopher Gerard Blanchfield Jr. Amy Christine Blanco. Christian Blanco. Eric Moriello Blanco. Sarah Abigail Blanco. Daniel Simon Bonilla. Kenny Anibal Bonilla. Williams Jefferson Bonilla Rubio. Eric Josue Brea Noboa. Paola Brizuela. Gabrielle Nicole Brown. Gabrielle is also the recipient of the U.S. Marine Corps Award for Scholar Athletes. Matthew Brown. Mia Brown. Nicole Burgos. Anastasia Burrows. Shafina Tariq Butt. Matthew Glenn Cabral. Josue Nicolas Cabrera. Jose Cabrera Ireta. Giovanni and Camille. Odalis Yaharis Campos. Anthony Miguel Campaverde. Eric Campaverde. Isaias A. Canales. Karina Lisbeth Canales. Maria Jose Canas Lira. Cindy Yamilet Canas Savaria. Adrian Jose Canesas. Tiffany Mariana Cardona. Jasmine Grace Maria Cartagena. Carrie Tommy Roy Carter. One Casilla. Daniel Alexis Castro. Nathaniel Castro. Judith Cerda Rivas. Brianna Sessi. Andrea Chavaria. Oliver Chavez. chicas. Eric Jose, chicas. Nathaniel Chicas de la Cruz. Sarai G. Chirinos. Skylar J. Chrisman. Alex Truquilin. Carolyn Cintron. Adriana Claros. Stephanie Claros. Angelo Vincent Colonna. Amber M. Connell. Amber is also the recipient of the Stephen Ballone Public Service Award. Armando Contreras. Brian Contreras. Rose Marilyn Contreras. Ashley M. Contreras Cale. Jayla Janea Cook. Brandon Correas. Carlos Alfredo Correas. Nayeli R. Correas Martinez. Jacqueline I. Cortez. Alyssa Angel Crespo. Calibas Crespo. Christopher Croft. Elmer Ariel Cruz. Byron Cruz Cedillo. Ricardo Antonio Cruz Moreno. Jessica Cruz Nolasco. Stephanie Giselle Cruz Velasquez. Edwin Antonio Cruz Jr. Orisbel Cuevas. Encarnacion. Jomara Alexandra Cusco. Aaliyah Danielle Davis. Emily N. De La Cruz. Norberto Anthony De Hoyos. Arlie Berenice Delgado Ramos. Christian Diaz. Christine Diaz. Diana Diaz. Ezequiel Diaz. Ezequiel is also the recipient of the Andrew Garbarino 3rd and 4th Senate District Award. Kayla Lavon Dickerson. Tanya Diaz. Caitlin Dix. Lucas Dominguez. Tatiana Gloria Donaire. Ronell Hunter Doyle. Malachi Duffy. Malachi is also the recipient of the Brentwood High School Inspirational Award. Jada Marche Dunstan. Anderson Alejandra Duque Lopez. John Patrick Durning. Eddie Marcelo Irazo Jara. Eduardo Alexis Escobar. Jonathan Escobar. Yandia Graciela Escobar. Ashley Melissa Escobar Flores. Henry Ernesto Escobar Gutierrez. Joshua Jared Asiza. Genesis Altagracia Espinal. Justin Alexander Espinal. Nazaret Espinal. Espinoza. John Carlos Espinoza. Natalie Sarai Uceda. Daniela M. Evangelista. Brianna Douglasia Lee Evans. Diego Alejandro Felipe. Yanai Furman. Ana Fernandez. Jacqueline Fernandez. Jennifer Lisbeth Fernandez. Christian Jesus Gonzalez. Christopher Gonzalez. Darian James Gonzalez. Emily Gonzalez. Gelda Moises Gonzalez. Karina Yvette Gonzalez. Andrea P. Gonzalez Gomez. Angelique Oseen. Jason Granados. Jonathan Granados. Natalie Ann Granados. Oseas Christopher Granados. Fatima del Carmen Granados Molina. Fatima is also the recipient of the Brentwood High School Inspirational Award. Emily Grossi. Kiara Marie Grossi. Juan Andres Guajala Sarmiento. Alyssa Guerra. Jocelyn Guerra. Selfie. Yes. Umar Gas Myers. Denora Guevara. Roxana Yasmin Guevara. Denora Guevara. Kevin Lara Gutierrez. Angela Guzman. Brandon Guzman. Heinrich F. Hazard. Jada Heights. Leonardo Hendricks. Brandon Asay Hernandez. David Hernandez. Elizabeth Hernandez. Esmeralda Cristobal Hernandez. Karen Hernandez. Nancy Clarabelle Hernandez. Nicole Nohemi Hernandez. Oneida Hernandez. Oneida Hernandez. Wilson Asael Hernandez. Yaneli Hernandez. Andrea Giselle Herrera. Eduardo Ezequiel Herrera. Wendy Yamaleth Herrera. Veronica Sarai Hidalgo. Christopher Luis Hidalgo Rodriguez. Steve Hippolyte. Rosalind Elena Iglesias. Abraham Jackson. Anthony F. John. Moises Jamie. Mohammed Jallo. Jacques Sonis Jean Jacques. Livesey M. Jimenez Chavez. Jen Joseph. Carrie Hirado. Hirado. Emmanuel Sam Kaba. Seth Kalakirthi. Abubakar Kalaoglu. Yoria Karaglu. Ashia Naomi Kaiser. Javeria Khalid. Wolfgang Godoy Class. Junior Amadores.
Okay, that's our last graduate crossing the stage. Let's hear it for the class of 2021. All right, nice and loud. They deserve it. All right, hold on, don't leave yet. Hold on. Shortly, the fire department behind us will be spraying the green and white fluid behind us around the American flag. That should start a moment. We want to thank the Brentwood Fire Department for that. Right to left. And at this time, all graduates, please stand. One last time, graduates, please stand. Okay, you're going to now move your tassel from right to left. And you are official Brentwood graduates. Congratulations. Congratulations. And a special thanks to Ms. Crawford and Mr. Gessick. Can I get a big round of applause? They put a lot of time and effort into this ceremony. It's months in the making. They do a great job. So a big round of applause for Ms. Crawford and Mr. Gessick. Congratulations, everybody. Thank you, and we wish you the best.